So let's start. We have a lot of interesting features to cover. So my name is Mariusz Rogozhiński, and I'm engineer in Veeam. I'm also Microsoft MVP, and I arrived to you from Poland, so I'm based in Poland, Warsaw. So sorry, but I don't speak Romanian. If you later want, we can speak in Polish, but let's leave it in English. I think it's okay. It's okay? Yeah. Okay, so on this focus group, so because I'm first time on this event, so if I don't understand, correct me if I'm wrong, it's more technical expected. So I will have some demos. I will try to speak, or also to start make some general, connections, some less technical, but later we'll go deeper. If we will have not enough time, I encourage you to come to our booth. I can make the demo, almost everything you can cover with Veeam, and not only. I can show you, also I encourage you to come tomorrow or to my session. One will be regarding focus groups, regarding hardening backup infrastructure with Veeam, so bulletproof data protection. And especially last week, you probably hear the WannaCry problems. So how to try to avoid this, how to be ready for such kind of ransomware. But okay, let's start. So maybe before we start, who of you already using Veeam? Who is using Veeam? Yeah, who knows Veeam? What Veeam is doing? Okay, so still few person. Who doesn't know at all what's Veeam about? First time hear the name. Okay, so for newcomers, Veeam is the quite young company, some 10 years old, and the company which start with virtualization, with the protecting data, with the availability. Our marketing says that we are not making the backup, we are making availability, because how to use in the interesting way the backups. So we are protecting Hyper-V infrastructure, VMware infrastructure, and also recently some other areas which I will cover in this presentation. So that's area where we are. So protecting data, backups, monitoring. Okay. So as I mentioned, we start with the VMware and the Microsoft. So it was we start with VMware, and something around 2010-11 we added the same features for the Hyper-V, for the virtualization. In that time, everybody thought, oh, virtualization is a niche. Look, our competitors didn't take care for us. Oh, it's some small business solutions. Now, the virtualization is more than, by the last Gartner, more than 80% server workloads are virtualized. So it's not niche anymore. So we start with the on-premise and private cloud solution. Next, we add some solutions for our partners. We didn't build our own cloud. Every vendor is building own cloud, we did not. We add the tools for our partners, because we tightly work with our partners. So we give them tools to be able to use us as service providers. So your partners, you know them, you can work with them regarding the backup as a service. Next, what is more and more popular word? Okay, last few years was cloud, was virtualization. Now it's cloud. New word, new buzzword. So first, software as a service. We are also entering in this area. Later, I will show you the demo, for example, for making backup of our Office 365. Who of you is using Office 365 through this interesting in the near future? Yeah, it's. So I will show you also this, the solution here, and the public cloud. Azure, Amazon, or any other cloud. So that area we are focusing and is on our, let's say, target roadmap to work with these 4 areas. So what we have set of all our products we call Veeam Availability Platform. So which each product covers some part of the stuff. The main important maybe is the people who raise the hand. If I ask if you know the Veeam, you probably know Veeam Availability Suite. More detailedly, it will be covered by Dan Popa, our new salesperson here. So also you can please come to his session later presentation. So it's general 2 products: Veeam Backup and Replication for virtualization for Hyper-V VMware, and Veeam One for monitoring or management part for Microsoft System Center Operation Manager. And next we have few products which was released this year, last year, or some of them this week. Because today and tomorrow we have our conference in States in New Orleans, and we are making few announcements. And a few products was prepared for this event, so like Veeam Agent for Windows has general available this Monday or last week, something around this. So this is more or less our portfolio. So the platform. So now to give you some sneak peek, what you can expect, what's inside. I will go briefly through few of those products, and will show you what you can get, especially for those who never seen this. And we will show backup and replication, but also Agent for Windows, backup for Office 365. But what is the main purpose, main idea we are trying to keep follow with protecting the data? Who of you hear about rule 3-2-1? Yeah. So we have. It's the best practice for keeping the data, for saving the data. We have our own additional interpretation 3-2-1-0. What does it mean? In case of disaster, what should be done to be sure that you're able to recover your data? So first, you should have at least 3 copies of your data. They should be on 2 different media. And one should be offsite. And this is especially important in case of ransomware. One copy should be offsite, not connected, but I will talk tomorrow about this. Not connected to the live production and line. So this is the rule which you can find on the Wikipedia 3-2-1 rule about the backups. And what this 0 means? How do you think? I have some gadgets, some power banks, some USB sticks. Excuse me? Test it. Very good. So there should be 0 errors in those backups. Because if you make the backups, and you cannot use it because they are not verified. If you cannot trust the backups. One of the customer had the issue, and he spent a lot of money for huge, very expensive data center servers, storages, and so on. Very strict procedure, but nobody verified the backup if they are working. When shit happens, and they try to restore, 1, not working. 2nd copy, not working. 15 copy, not working. For 1 month, every day copy, none of them was working. Useless copies. So they should be verified. So 0 errors should be there. Okay, but how we can address this? First with Veeam Availability Suite. So 2 products, Veeam Backup and Replication and Veeam One for virtualization. Regarding the virtualization, there are somehow 2, maybe even here in the room, there are 2 groups of people. There are let's say, business, and there is IT stuff. So what IT stuff has and what IT stuff is approach. They have some virtualization, storage, cloud, all blah 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 stuff. So generally based on this, they are building modern data center. But what the business thinks about this? Business think about 24 hours, 24/7 services, that the data will grow, everything should be up and running. So generally business think about always on business, 24/7. Like a few years ago, there was no issue that in the night nobody was working, so servers was shut down or something. Now, in the time of internet, so from the phones, very often clients in the middle of the night are working all globally. So always, business should be always on, available. So what is between? This gap. How we can fill the gap? So with our product. So we have the 4 pillars. Also very detailedly Dan will talk about this. We cover a few of these, maybe from the end. Complete visibility is monitoring. Because if you if you will make any decision, based on what you are making decision in the IT, based on the information, where to gather information. It's okay. We is today from this side, so I will do this. No, from the monitoring system. So we have the monitoring system which can predict where your memory in your Hyper-V or VMware will end up. When you will have no more storage, such reports can prepare you for this few months before. When I was working at Microsoft, I was working for a few years in the same room in the Premier support. And there was one situation that on one of the banks in Poland, one of the key system was down. When they found, and they was trying to solve the monitoring system and operation manager Microsoft, but they said, no, we don't need it. But when the critical system was down, they found that in the logs, 1 month earlier, the system was down because there was not enough space on the drives where those logs. But 1 month earlier, there was information, the warning. 1 week earlier, there was errors. Hello, the free space will end up soon. Please add more. But nobody was looking for reading this information. After this, they immediately buy the monitoring system because monitoring system can get this information immediately and alerts and emails, SMS, and so on. Okay, so let's go through one of the high-speed recovery. When you make the backup, we have the time. Do you agree? Because we're making the 9, the weekend. Even if there's a lot of data, we can have time to take it. But when there is fire, and we have to hurry up when there's something goes wrong, when for example, this is a critical VM. What is the critical VM? The most important VM? VM with the which is responsible for the salary. For example, let's imagine this for some finance system, payroll system. So everybody would like to have this VM up and running. So this system with some database, huge database. Who of you has the biggest virtual machine? Who is bigger than 1 terabyte? 5 terabytes? 20 terabytes? 50 terabytes? 60, okay, 60 terabytes. How do you think, question to everybody, how do you think that if this is the VM with the 60 terabytes and this backup here, how long it takes to restore 60 terabytes?
Depends on the hardware.
Depends on the hardware. Okay, but if you have even, I don't know, 10G network, if you have SSD disk, it's still 10G. It takes a few hours to restore. What if we will restore this in case of seconds? Would be nice. 60 terabytes is possible?
No.
Yes.
In seconds, no.
Do you restore it or you actually started from the backup?
Started from the backup.
That's the trick.
Started from the backup.
Because we don't have the approach the legacy software have. Because what do legacy software? Install agent inside virtual machine and take the data. We're taking, and it doesn't matter if it's virtual or not. We are taking as the virtual machine, as the whole system, and we're able to the mobility. So what we are doing, we are able, is our patented technology, vPower. We and Shell, with a Shell fuel. So from that we start VM directly from here. So in first step, so we are starting. Maybe virtual machine is a little bit slower, but what you prefer? Have no VM or working a little bit slower because it's compressed, deduplicated, maybe encrypted, but it's working.
The production system is done seamlessly, or you need to shut down the machine and then start?
Depend of the case, because here what this error is. Because this can be whole machine, it can be whole storage. Doesn't matter. One of our clients in the Middle East in the 2011 was tsunami time. The factory was closed in Asia, so accessibility for availability for disk memory was very slow, very long. You have to wait a few weeks for the disks. He has issue with the storage. He was waiting 2 weeks for new disks. For 2 weeks, 20 VMs was started from this, and 1,500 users, employees, was working on the CRM and serving the customers. Service was up and running, and business was not losing the money. And in the background, we can use storage vMotion, storage live migration, depending on the technology you're using. Who would like to see this live? So, but nobody? Okay, at least one person. Okay, so by coincidence, I have, okay, this time let's show this on the VMware. Next demo will be on a Hyper-V. So I have some small VMware here. In this case I have VMware 6. So I will make, here are my VM backups. So what I will do, I can do the classic restore with the entire VM with the first copy. So with the 60 terabytes, it will take a few hours. But I will do instant recovery. So instant recovery, with restore points, let's do for example, this one, next. In original location there is already such machine, so maybe I will restore with a different name. This is, by the way, are there any developers here? Or in your company do you have developers? What is the best ultimate ultra test environment? Production. On production, we shouldn't install anything what is not verified. But using this technology, we can start VM and it's production VM, but you will see with a different name. So I will restore with that name a virtual machine. Next, the backup is not modified. We don't modify backups files, so we are starting. The backup is treated as a snapshot, and you're working on the delta. So here I can change the default location, reason, option to power on, and to connect power network cable. So let's power on only, and restore.
You have the ability to commit afterwards the changes to.
I don't know. You will see. So what's done in the background? Who of you have a VMware? More or less. Oh, VM is already here. So that was time for restoring, and if you will go, the system should already start. It start booting. So that's the time. Even I didn't finish the sentence. So in the background for the VMware, we are exposing our backup file as NFS data store. So for the VMware perspective, it's supported data store. He is storing their data. I can browse this data store, I can see all files which are there. How long it took today for me? It took more or less 20 seconds. And then in this time, women maybe say something difficult. This time, size doesn't matter. Because the time for restoring 6 megabytes, 6 gigabytes, 6 terabytes, 60 terabytes, VMs will be exactly the same. Because time of the starting VM is publishing them. So publishing VM smaller or bigger is the same time. So it doesn't matter. And VM is, the last stage is waiting user to start migration. Last step. So let's close this. So what options I have? If I will treat this as a test environment, perfect test environment because it's production machine. I didn't connect the network, so I can install, test a lot of things. And if end of test, stop publishing. And then we'll be like in the penguins from Madagascar cartoon. We were not here, and they are disappearing. So we all migrate to production. So your question was, so, yeah, and this for VMware it will trigger storage vMotion.
So you need the license.
For the Hyper-V, excuse me?
You need the license for VMware
No.
to do this.
No. Which edition do you have VMware?
Plus Essentials.
Number. From version 5.5, every paid edition has storage vMotion. Up to version 5.1, only Enterprise and Enterprise Plus. If you have edition which doesn't have storage vMotion, we also have solution. We call it quick migration. Do you know what is the difference in the Hyper-V world between live migration and quick migration? So exactly the same difference, but we implement for the VMware. So if you have, for example, VMware in version 4, some standard edition or some essential, and you don't have storage vMotion, okay, the drawback is that for a few seconds we'll suspend the VMs to finish copying, because we are copying the read-only part. When the read-only part is copied, then we suspend and copy the changes. Okay, so right now I will stop publishing this.
How old are the data? How old is
Doesn't matter. If you have retention policy for 1 week, so they will have 1 week. If you want to keep data for 5 years, you can start in this way yet from 5 years old in several seconds. Okay, I have SSD disk here. But still, so let's imagine that it's not SSD, it's a slow spindle disk. Even it will be 2 minutes. So 2 minutes instead of several hours or sometimes several days. Once I have did the test, some proof of concept with one of the big customer, who have 50 terabytes, 50 or 5? So 5 terabytes file server. And he has different solution. And it was correct. Do you know how long it takes for him to restore? 5 terabytes file server. Let's guess. Who will be the closer will get this? Longer.
1 day.
Longer.
24 days.
24 hours.
Longer.
2 weeks.
Longer. 1 month. 1 month, and after 1 month, they recover 95%. And what happened then? They was not able to restore last 5%. Sorry, that's life. Shit happens. Okay, so that's high-speed recovery. You feel this, that you can very quickly, and for the Hyper-V VMware, it works exactly the same. Who of you trust your backups? I know that for those who have Veeam, you're trusting. So for all others, the best way for verification, to be sure that backup is recoverable, is just to recover it. Using that technology I show you, we can start one or few virtual machines in network isolated environment and test the machine. or it's not visible. If application is up and running, if operating system responds to any ping, if heartbeat is working. Simple tests, for example, what is the easiest way to verify if mail server is up and running? Easiest way, not send the email.
Ping.
But ping didn't tell us, ping give us information if operating system is working. Not
It's
the,
booting.
SMTP port.
this or this.
No.
So try to open Telnet connection. If we don't need to log on. If somebody asks us, exchange asks us, hello, what's your name? So we're asking for the credentials, so we can.
You created the sticks in the.
Yeah, we have out of the box several cases, so we can verify the most important VMs every day, every backup, once per week, once per month, depending on the, because maybe you don't need to backup to verify all backup, maybe some payroll systems. So depends on, and on the end, report, if it can be even custom application. If your developers write your application, you can ask, okay, could you also write the script or something which will verify that if that application is running. And from developer perspective, if exit code from the test is 0, that means that test was successful. If it's different than 0, then in report you will have this exit code. Okay, let's go forward because we are not too much time. Agents. That was for virtualization. So, but what's the next buzzword I mentioned that was will be in the future, or is even starts right now? Cloud. So, what if you because with the virtualization we have to access the hypervisor, which in the Azure Amazon we don't have. So, what's the solution for this? Install something inside. By coincidence, with the same tools, we can address physical stuff. So it's for the private, for the public cloud, or for physical. So we are able to make the backups. And maybe you, okay. So we have Veeam agent for Windows and Veeam agent for Linux. Veeam agent for Windows was RTM'd last week. So GA probably will be today or tomorrow, officially on the event, you know, with the Splendor. The Linux edition is from December. But this is first edition, Windows is second edition. You maybe when was the first edition? I will
Veeam endpoint.
wait. So what's Veeam agents? So it can be desktop or server with Windows operating system or Linux operating systems, and they can send data to internal, to almost everything. Internal disk, external disk, shared folder, repository, or to your service provider, for example, to data to you. You can, if you can, because you know, 3 to 1, it's offsite backups. If you don't have your own second data center, but you still would like to have some offsite copies, then you can talk with the service provider, with data to you, and ask, okay, we will pay you some, make some finance agreement, and send backup to them if you trust them. Of course, you trust. And then we call it this Veeam Cloud Connect. Okay, so where was the first edition? 2 years ago, we released Veeam Endpoint Backup free. Who is using this? Yeah, okay, so that was first and 1.5 edition. So what we had, that we gave free tool, we have a lot of users who was testing this because it was free product. From our perspective, was testing. We have more than 1 million downloads. So if you will look, so worldwide, and this is information from last summer, so it's additional half year. So a lot of people, and usually more than one person is installing from one download. Because when I download my computer, my wife's computer, daughter, dog, and all computers I know. So after 2 years, engine is quite verified. So what we did, we took some pieces what we already have from last 10 years from Veeam backup and replication from virtualization, and we took some binaries, moved to Veeam endpoint backup, and we have Veeam agent, commercial edition. Then when I say this, there's usually the question, okay, so there will be no more free edition? We will leave this. So, free edition, what's new in version 2? We have some additional backup modes, some synthetic, additional full encryption, so we'll be able to encrypt the backups in the free edition. Option to restore backups to Azure, so to Azure VM. If you are using Azure, so we'll be able to have the backups in the Azure. One of my colleagues did a very cool use case. He had old computer, make the backup with this, and then he got new computer. So old computer was to the corner, but on the presentation he was also traveling maybe abroad. Oh, okay, on the desktop I have one important document. I would need this document. But he restored the backup of the physical machine in the Azure, and through the Azure it's VM and so on, he's use it. I show you instant recovery of the virtual machine. Do you think that it would be cool to have something similar for such machine? Do you have such machine somewhere in the corner, physical machine, no virtualization and nobody? Don't touch it, because it's, if you will touch it, will never boot up again. So if you will make the backup of such, we are still able to do instant recovery on Hyper-V. Okay, not only on Hyper-V.
Good. It's a way to do migration.
So who would like to see it? By coincidence, I have over here, no, here. I have here, I did the backup with Veeam agent. I did the backup of the agent from the domain controller. So with this tool. And over here, I have this backup. So what I need Hyper-V. By coincidence,
But your coincidence.
I have Hyper-V 2016 in Nano Edition. Who of you tested Nano Edition? Do you like it?
Not as much.
Boy, I'm free from PowerShell.
It's very limited in features. Just hypervisor and file server and IIS.
Oh, I would not agree, but we can talk about this later. Okay. So let's do it quickly. So this restore point. Okay. Let's point some target. So Nano. Okay. So it will be restored on the Nano. Next. Where will be the location? It will be also streamed for the Hyper-V. We create dummy file. So Hyper-V will think that files is locally, but will redirect to the from the backup network. I will not connect. Name I will leave default one. Next, finish. Oh, it's here.
What happens if by mistake you click now delete from the disk? It will delete the backup?
If you delete from the backup, yes, there are
No,
some way to protect this.
It will not delete the dummy file, it will delete the backup. Or?
If you will go to the Veeam console and click delete,
No, in the Hyper-V. If you stop
okay, so yes, so it will the instance. So the backup there is still there, so you can again store this. now he's doing the snapshots, and now it's up and running, so now it should be booting up. For the backup for the physical machine.
Maybe.
What? Oh, it's
Backup.
Hmm?
Not verified.
Oh, it's wait.
Hyper-V.
Ah.
Is this gonna work on VMware as well?
Maybe. I don't know. This moment.
By coincidence.
By what's wrong with Hyper-V? So we can see that it's starting. It's domain controller, so it will take longer to start. So let me, as we are time is running, so stop publishing. Okay, let's go back to the slides. We have not too much time and still. Okay. First paid edition. Additionally to what was in the free edition, there will be most requested feature. Support, technical support, official commercial support. Another option, install remotely from central, because there is API, built-in API, so you can install through System Center Configuration Manager or some other options. We also, today, will introduce officially Veeam Availability Console, something to, especially for service providers to remotely do this. But more we will get later. Endpoint protection for mobile users. If you are traveling, there is no internet connection to your storage. What you are doing was going with your backup. You know, it's failed. No, it's not failed because you can point the cache. So backup will do, incremental backup will do on the local disk. And when you will arrive to your office or to home and you will start the computer, it will be pushed to the server. Works server edition will have the option to backup SQL, Oracle, SharePoint, or application. So if you have physical exchange, you can use Veeam Agent.
With VSS.
With VSS, with all the stuff, you know, with the backup transaction logs, with the everything. More details, if you please came to our booth. This is more comparison between free workstation and server. So server edition have the application stuff from transaction logs, indexing, workstation, most of the also, and the free is what was there. So free will be still there. Linux edition, we also have it, but please remember the Linux edition is the first edition, so it's one version behind. So there is still no out of the box, for example, Oracle logs protecting and so on. So you have to do it with the preface portal script, but still you are able to do this, and also free edition, free workstation and server edition. Backup for Office 365.
One quick question. Is there a Solaris agent on the roadmap?
No. Office 365. Instead of slides, by coincidence, I have Office 365 here. I did some backups from here, and here is my mailbox, and somewhere here. Come on. Somewhere here I have inbox. For example, I will delete this email with doc request.
This is your manager, come on.
Yeah, it's my manager. So manager usually sends no important emails. I delete it. Okay, by coincidence, I will also delete it from here. Gone. Now he's calling me and referring to this email. Did you do this? What? So what I can do? I have the backup. So let's start pointing. So let's start this. We are doing Veeam Explorer for Exchange. So the same can be if you have backup of the physical, of the virtual exchange. If you will do physical backup with Veeam Agent, you will be able to also use this. And here I'm using this for Office 365, which also soon will be option with this Office 365 tool backup connect physical Exchange servers. Okay, I can see all my mailboxes. I'm able to restore it back to Office 365 to on-premise Exchange, so the hybrid solution is possible. I can make the search, for example, from email, from all emails from Leah,
Where are you doing that?
and I can see the emails. So it is how granular. Oh, there is some attachment. So I can open even that attachment. So this is what I can do. Restore. Oh yes, I should restore my email. So let's go to this, and this was that document. Yes. So let's restore it. Still some bugs. Oh,
Call a friend.
email back. Have you seen this? It's and now I can. Oh, he asking for this document. Ah, I don't have it. Delete again. So this is how it can be done. Here are some PowerPoint for this. So you can, because okay, Office 365, Microsoft gives you the platform, but who owns the data? You are owning the data. In case of some audit, if somebody what is the color of uniform police here? Blue one? So if some guys in blue that will came knock and please show me, or some more scary people from the guy with the finance institution, which is verification for the taxes. I don't know. If they're asking, okay, please show me that this 5 years ago, this invoice, show me from this invoice from 5 years ago. Yeah, but the lady who was taking this is not working anymore. When we delete their boxes, yeah, please show me. If not, there will be big fine. So we can restore it. So you are owning the data. So you should be responsible for the data. So Office 365 can help you in case of you keep this in the cloud, emails, and as I showed you, you can send backup to some local repository, the same place where you send the backup from the on-premise repository, and with this Explorer, that doesn't matter if it's from this or from this, you can restore to Office 365, to Exchange, email, send as attachment, save as a file, export to PST, some archive also is working here. Yeah. That's all. We are out of time. If you have any more questions in this area, please come to our booth. Also in local language later, but less technical. Dan will have the presentation later today, and tomorrow 2 presentations. One about bulletproof data protection and how to handle what to look with the ransomware and others to have your environment secure. And a second regarding the less technical, I will try to have it less technical regarding the data in the cloud and backup from the cloud. Partly will be he was more technical, and then will be some slides will be the same. Thank you.